So, welcome. We are now live. This is episode 29 of the CosCast. Whoop whoop.
Yay!
And tonight is our Halloween special. We're a little bit early because we won't be able to make an episode close up to Halloween because I'll be in the middle of moving then and just stuff. So, we're having a pre-Halloween CosCast special.
Yay!
Yay! I am, as always, your main host, Pixie Does Cosplay, and with me I have my fellow hosts.
Annabella Cosplay.
And Anya Cosplay.
And for the occasion, because it is a Halloween special, we've all dressed up as some of our favorite supernatural or Halloween or Gothic-inspired characters. So, for the occasion, I am Morticia Adams. So I've tried to model myself of Morticia as she's portrayed through Angelica Houston in the Addams Family movies. And what are you guys?
I am Wednesday Adams, your daughter. You should have known that.
Of course, darling. I should have known. I'm so sorry.
So I've portrayed mine after Christina Ricci.
Yes.
Even though I'm 26 and she's like 10 in that movie.
Well, yeah. But you look really young, so good job.
Yeah, well, the only thing that doesn't really match is these pink headphones, but hey.
This is true. And Aniasia, who are you portraying?
I'm portraying a supernatural hunter who's gotten her ass a little bit kicked, but I survived. So
yeah, I can see there's some blood going on there. It's kind of fun. Okay, so let's move to the first usual segment of the evening, which is the cosplay progress. Have we made any cosplay progress this week, any of us?
I did a cosplay by accident. I was standing and the sun came in the window and it kind of shone on me, so I cast a shadow on the wall and I looked like Tinkerbell, so I took a picture of it and cosplay by accident.
Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, you have a picture of that, so if anyone wants to check it out, it's on Annabella Cosplay's page on Facebook. So.
That is true.
Me, I haven't really done much cosplay related, except just try to prepare for Desicon Cosplay in Japan, which is next Saturday. And, of course, I researched Morticia for tonight's episode. And, well, today I kind of just figured I would paint my Zelda fan art. So this is my Halloween Link that I painted in acrylics today.
yeah,
I don't know if you can see it. Yeah.
very
Yeah.
nice.
Thank you. So, yeah, that's kind of what I did today. And how about you, Aniasia?
Well, I haven't made anything other than yesterday. I just got this. Oh my god! I want to have more fantasy-inspired clothing, so I made myself a little sketch of something I might make one day. Looks something like that. It's Elven-inspired.
Sort of like a jacket?
It's not a jacket. It's more of a hooded vest or something with some nice embroideries on it. And I think of making it out of some leftover scraps I have of some green and linen stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Maybe one day.
One day. Looking forward to seeing it.
Yes.
Okay, so that's everything for cosplay progress for this episode. So let's move on to cosplay news, and we have quite a bit of news for you guys today. So let's start with the first. Desicon Cosplay in Japan is up next weekend, and we're all going.
Yes.
So I'll be cosplaying Luna Lovegood from the Harry Potter universe, and Annabella, you're going as?
I'm going as Samara from The Ring. So
Ooh.
prepare to be scared. I'm sorry, but that's kind of what I do.
Yeah, you love the scary stuff. And Aniasia, have you figured out what you're going as yet?
Uh, Not quite. I'm still debating if I'm going as Kira. I'll have to fix her necklace because one of them broke. Or I will go as Merida.
Okay, so Kira Metz from The Witcher 3 or Merida.
Yeah,
Yeah,
most
okay.
likely.
Cool. And also, the judges for the cosplay competition for next week have been announced. And those will be Heresetai cosplay, Vez cosplay, Chiri cosplay, and what was the last one?
Creo.
Yes, Cryo K9 cosplay will also be a judge. And they're all super talented ladies, so everyone who's up for that contest is probably shaking in their boots.
Yeah, because the prize of the main contest is really, really super.
Yeah, why don't you talk about that?
It is, you actually win the chance of being the Norwegian participant for the Euro Cosplay Championship, which is going to be in London.
Yeah, and it's like the 23rd of October or something. So whoever wins that contest is going to have like not a lot of time to prepare at all.
No, it doesn't seem like it, no.
No. And I noticed that some cosplayers were a little bit annoyed about the fact that they didn't announce that they were hosting the Euro Cosplay Championship cosplay contest until like this week. So they felt like they weren't given time to prepare, like because this is a huge thing. It's a serious contest, and when they didn't announce it like before this week, people were wondering, are they doing it this year? Are they not? What's the deal? So I think a lot of people haven't signed up to the contest just because of that.
That's probably true, and there aren't that many places, I think, in the competition either. I think only 5 of the people that signs up will get the chance to actually go on stage. But they have space for 20 or 30. I don't remember, but yeah, there aren't really that many people who get to actually compete.
Yeah, at least not in the second round.
No.
In the first round, everyone will, of course, be able to participate.
Yes. But that's just for the judges, I think.
Yeah. I've also seen that a few people think that the program for the cosplay in Japan this year is a little bit thin, although they have added, I think, 2 new program posts the last week. So it's getting there. But of course, for people who have been around in the convention circuit in Norway for a lot of years, it's not going to be very exciting because there are a lot of the same program posts as there have been for a long time back.
Yeah, and I also think that for this convention, they seem to lack workshops and panels and stuff like that. There's a lot of socializing events, but not that many workshops and panels, which I tend to like.
Yes. I mean, we all like to learn, but I think that there will be a cosplay workshop thing where one of the bigger Norwegian cosplayers will actually finish a prop for someone. I think they posted it today, so it should be out on Desikon Cosplay in Japan's pages now. So that could be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll be going anyway, and we'll probably have a good time. So. I'm not worried.
I think so too. No, I'm not worried at all.
No, as long as I'm with you two, I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the company you keep.
Yeah.
Also, Ingrid Beast Cosplay is having a giveaway on her Facebook page where she's giving away signed prints of her Keeley cosplay, which are very nice. So anyone who wants to win a signed print from Ingrid Beast Cosplay should head over to her page and sign up for that.
Yeah, and you should also sign up for JC's competition because she's giving away, or she has like this collaboration with the behind with the people behind the Destiny game.
Yeah, Activision and Bungie.
And she's making a whole new cosplay from that game, which I am really excited about to see. And she's also having a giveaway competition thing where you can win the game or something.
Yeah, you can win Destiny and also the expansion, or all the expansions and extra things that have been released for the game. You can win that in one package. So head on over to Fandomly Cosplay's page and participate in JC's competition. Yes, and we should also remind you guys about our own competition, which is still up and running.
Yeah.
So basically, we want you guys to head on over to our Facebook page, the CosCast, and send us a message where you tell us a story about your most interesting, funny, sad, or comical experience within cosplay. Whether it was something that happened to you on a convention, something that happened while you were making a project, or whatever, just a story that you want to tell. And we will pick our favorite story, and the winner will receive one large sheet of Worbla, either clear, brown, or black, because they've released that too now, so that just seems fair that you get the choice. And then we will ship it to you. And you can send in your stories as long as it's sent to us before the 15th of November.
Yeah, so you have a long time to pick.
Yeah.
If you have several stories, you can send in several. You would just have more chance to win.
Yeah, definitely. So go over to facebook.com/coscast and send us a message with your best cosplay story, and you might win a sheet of Worbla. It's that simple. Also in the news, there is a horror film festival that is being kicked off in Oppdal between the 15th and 18th of October. So people who love scary movies should definitely check that out. Did I mention what it's called? It's called Ramaskrik. Yes. So it's a horror film festival. And also on the note of horror, the trailer for Pride and Prejudice and Zombies has recently been released. And that movie looks like so much fun. So
well, I'm not sure, but yeah.
It's just I can't take it seriously, but it just looks fun.
Yeah, it's like Disney with zombies or something.
Yeah, something like. Well, it's Jane Austen with zombies basically, but I think it just looks hilarious, so I'm going to have to watch it.
I probably would have to, but I can say now that no, it's not gonna be scary.
No, it's not. It'll probably kind of be like the same vibe as Kingsman if you've seen that movie.
No.
I think. Yeah, well, that was hilarious anyway. So we should all go and see it, and then we can review it in the CosCast afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. Okay, last piece of news is that Crix Cosplay had a demo of the new Black Worbla at House of Nerds in Oslo today. So for all of you lucky people who had the time to swing by, you had the chance to see Crix Design testing out the new Black Worbla sheets. And this is also in collaboration with Nerdeportalen, of course. Yeah, I think that's all the news we had. So we can and it was a lot of it too. So let's just move on to the main topic of the evening, which is Desicon cosplay in Japan and Halloween fun facts. And we've already talked a little bit about Desicon already, but do you have anything you want to add on to what we've been discussing?
No, not really. I'm just really looking forward to it, and I'm gonna spend next week I think, tweaking my costume, and I need to buy some makeup.
Yeah. The one thing though, I've seen that Ingrid Beast put out a quite elaborate post on Facebook about cosplay and Japan. About why she won't be going, because she's apparently gotten a lot of questions about if she's going or not, and well, I kinda agree Kind of not, because the things I agree upon is that they very often reuse stuff they already have been using for years now. So it's not like so exciting. Because so I'm mostly going to Desicon because my friends are going, and maybe meetups with some others, maybe make new friends, buy stuff, but the things on the program are not that exciting for me though.
Hmm.
Yeah,
No.
I do agree that, but still, I do think that Desicon cosplay in Japan kind of is more made towards a kind of the younger people that likes cosplay, because most of the young people really, really are in it because of the Japanese culture and anime and manga and that kind of style. And you have like Desicon Fancy, which I feel have um, more adult
Yeah, it
clientele.
attracts a higher age bracket.
Yeah, and I feel that the Desicon Fantasy has more like these workshops and things that are really interesting to see, and maybe the cosplay in Japan is more angled towards a little bit of younger people, so it's more social things and friend making and line dates and competitions and stuff like that that are, you know, active, if I can
No.
say it like that.
Hmm. Yeah, I get it. And I kind of agree too. Um, I think that a lot of the people who go to Desugan cosplay in Japan are there because of the social aspect of the convention, not necessarily so much because of the activities. Although for me, I really enjoy the writing contest. I had a hoot the last time I participated, and I think I
Yeah,
want to
because
do
you
that
won.
again.
Because
Well,
you won.
yeah, but if I hadn't won, I would still want to do it again because it's
Yeah,
a fun challenge for me who enjoys writing, genuinely.
absolutely.
But I've never tried the cosplay blind date. I've watched it a few times, and for me, it tends to get a little bit too silly because people who know each other often tend to get up on stage, and then there's a lot of internal jokes, or they're not in character, which I think is kind of the whole point of the cosplay blind date, that you're
Yeah.
supposed to be in character and not ask silly questions that you yourself would ask.
I have never actually seen a cosplay blind date thing, and I'm kind of scared of it because I'm like, blind date? Do I have to kind of date someone? If I go on this thing, does that mean that I'm cheating on my boyfriend? What is this? You
Oh
know?
no. No. It just happened on it happens on the big stage, and basically it's kind of like dating shows used to be on television. So you have this one cosplayer, and then there's a screen, and behind the screen are three other cosplayers, and then you ask them questions, and based on their answers, you choose, the character that you want to date. So
It sounds a lot
it's just a
nicer.
silly game, really. That's
Yeah,
all it
yeah.
is.
I did read about it though, and I did understand more about it when I read about it, but when I just read cosplay blind date, I'm like, no, nope.
No, no,
It
no, no.
doesn't sound fun at all. It sounds stupid.
Sounds
I think
awkward.
it would be fun if people actually stayed in character, really role play their character to the fullest, and that could be quite interesting.
So
Yeah.
the only thing that I, as Samar, would be able to say was 7 days, and well,
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
basically. It could be funny.
even though that is not Samara's sound, that's the Grudge Lady's
Yeah.
sound. But yeah, hey, it's kind of the same.
Well, you could breathe heavily into the microphone, like,
Oh, that wouldn't be really creepy at all.
yeah, no, not at all.
Well,
Well, regardless, I'm still looking forward to it. And as always, the big cosplay competition is worth it for me because I think it's so fun that these awesome costumes that people have spent so much time to make actually get some proper time on stage. I think
yeah,
that's really cool.
I agree. And I think it's really fun that they're planning to do that versus competition and a cosplay competition that's like drop-in cosplay competition where you won't where you don't need to be on stage. If you kind of have stage fright and still want the judges to look at your costume, you could just show up, show them your costume, and then some would get prizes.
Yeah.
You don't need to put up on a show, and you don't need to, go on stage in front of everyone else unless you win. But then it's okay, I guess, because then you won something.
Yeah, that helps. Yeah, I don't really think I have anything else I need to say on the matter. We can just move on to Halloween, I think.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I figured we could start out by showing people some Halloween-themed cosplays or costumes that we think are very funny or interesting or stylish, just to give them some inspiration of what they can dress up as for Halloween if they're planning to go to a party or, just really like Halloween like Starbit Cosplay does. She is super into Halloween.
Yeah, she's really, really into Halloween.
Yeah. So let's start off with your pick, Annabella.
This is a girl from the big America. She calls herself Alexandra Metal Clown. I have talked about her before. And she makes her own costumes. This is what she wears like in everyday life. So she's kind of a cosplayer just for real because she always walks around in a costume. This is her Halloween kind of special dress, I guess, that she made for this year. She makes a new Halloween outfit for every year, which I think is kind of cool. She's been featured in major magazines and stuff like that in America, and she does everything herself, like the makeup and the wig styling and the hat making and the dress making and prop making and the purse. The only thing I think she hasn't made herself in this shot is the shoes.
This is very cool, though. I mean, if I had the time, every day would be cosplay day, but so she's serious.
Oh yeah, this is what she kind of makes her living by doing. She's always in a new theme. Her clothes are always in a theme. So I think this is awesome.
Thoughts, Iniosia?
Well, if I were that brave, I would definitely dress up in more fantasy-related clothing and look more like an elf or look more like a hunter from Supernatural, etc., etc. But unfortunately, I'm not that brave.
No.
So I really.
Yeah. Applaud.
Applaud her courage to be herself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because she's been at it for a long time. I've been following her since the day of MySpace. And that is kind of a long time since.
Yeah, that is quite some time.
Yeah, so I think I've been following her at least for 10 years now. And she's my friend on Facebook as well, so she's not
cool.
totally a stranger, which I think is really nice.
Okay, let's move on then. This is Learly's cosplay, and I just thought it was super cute because it's Mavis from Hotel Transylvania, and I just, it's adorable. What can I say?
Yeah.
It's an easy kind of closet cosplay as well, which often tend to be people's choices for Halloween.
It's comfortable, basically, and it's not gonna, break your wallet.
And if you're invited to a Halloween party, you know you have something to wear.
Yeah, definitely. As I thought this was really cute. So kudos to Learly's cosplay.
Yeah.
That's... Okay, so a little malfunction here. I'm just going to find the rest of them. That is the first time. How embarrassing.
It always has to be something.
Yeah, it's always something. Let's see. But we can talk about, there are a lot of Norwegian cosplayers who also have done some Halloween theme or Nightmare Before Christmas themed cosplays that are of a very high quality.
Yeah.
For sure. So I figured we would try to show some of those as well. Let's see. There we go. Now this is Karin Olava effects, and I'm guessing it's pretty easy to see who she's cosplaying.
Yeah, she's Jack Skellington.
Yes.
The photo is taken by Danarki, who has
Yeah.
been here on the show before.
Yes, very talented photographer.
Oh,
And
yeah.
also Karin Olava, very talented cosplayer.
Yes, she is.
So yeah, I think it's well crafted. I really like the suit because I mean, there's got to take some, some patience to paint stripes all over that thing.
Indeed.
That is true.
And this is Crick's design and Beth Canard design. And Crick's is cosplaying Shock from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and Beth Canard is Sally, of course.
I think actually the Fuzzy Teddy Inn made Shock's hats.
Oh, cool. So these are also, super comfortable cosplays that anyone can probably put together, just as long as they have some time on their hands. Doesn't have to be very difficult.
No, Sally's makeup can be a bit difficult, I guess.
Yes.
But, practice makes you a master.
Hmm. And you don't necessarily need to paint your face blue either. I mean, you could probably just paint on some stitches and that would be good enough because people will understand who you are, if you're just doing it for fun on a Halloween and, you're not planning to use it in a photo shoot or something.
Yeah, if you're going to go to a Halloween party, make sure you take all your photos at the beginning of the party before you start drinking, because after you start drinking, everything will just be like...
Fucked up.
Yeah, your wig will be backwards and your makeup will be smudged and stuff like that. But that makes you just a lot more scarier.
I suppose. Okay, and this is Beth Canard design again with the Fuzzy Teddy in as Oogie Boogie.
Yeah, I love that cosplay.
Yeah, it's so good. And we've talked to Teddy about this, and it's apparently super uncomfortable to wear and really hot.
And you can't walk in it because your legs are like this long.
Yeah, so I think he's been able to wear it for just a couple of minutes, and then it has to come off again.
If you're standing in one place, I guess it's okay.
Yeah, I suppose. So yeah, these are some very cool, inspirational Halloween cosplay photos that we thought that you guys might appreciate as well. So that's that for that segment. Moving on, we've gathered some Halloween fun facts that we thought we would share with you guys. Since the season is upon us and Halloween is at the end of the month, we figured it would be fun for you guys to learn a little bit more about this American holiday. So do you guys have a fact you want to start out with?
Well, just that the reason they started dressing up as scary things for Halloween, because you're not dressing up as like a butterfly and stuff. The thing you see is like scary monsters, and you have masks and ghosts and stuff like that. And the reason for that is because on Halloween it's said to be like the veil between the spirit world and our world is the thinnest, so then scary monsters and ghouls and ghosts gets to walk the earth, and then if you dress up as a monster yourself, they won't see you as human and you can walk past them without them.
They won't steal your soul, basically.
They won't steal your soul.
So now you know.
Yeah, and in Supernatural, who often base their episodes and lore from real life lore, it's like Sam Hain. He is the guy who are kind of walking the earth and stuff, and you wear masks or paint your face to hide from him, or else he would like just eat you up and take your soul. So
this is what they say in Supernatural.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, because Samhain or Samain or in Celtic or Gaelic, it's supposed to be Samhain. That it's pronounced like, which I think is a very strange way of saying it. it's an old Celtic tradition that was held at the end of the harvest to celebrate the death of a season and the rebirth that will happen later on. And on these, turning days, or the veil is thinner, or at least that's what they say, and so that's how the whole thing with the ghosts and the spirits is connected with this thing, and so that they believe this is the root of modern day Halloween, although they're not similar in any way beyond the fact that they happen on the same time, and they're centered around ghosts and the undead.
And candy.
And candy.
Well, it seems like the main thing about Halloween now is that you get to dress up and eat candy.
Yeah, trick-or-treating.
It's still like it's the same thing with Christmas. Christmas now is just about Christmas trees, snow, and presents, gifts, and food. Nothing else.
Yeah, well, it never was about Christianity or anything to me because I'm not religious and I've never really been religious either. So it's a family time for me. That's it. So yeah.
Yep.
But how the whole trick-or-treating thing started is kind of interesting. It's derived from something that is called souling, which was an old, I think, Irish or English tradition. And on All Hallows Eve, people would go around knocking on doors begging for food. And in return for the food given, they would promise to pray for a deceased person from the family who gave them food. So that's one of the ways in which trick-or-treating is said to have originated.
Seems logical.
It's an interesting tradition. I mean, give me food and I'll pray for your dead ones.
Yeah, it also kind of similar to the Norwegian book, where you go around before Christmas and sing carols, and you receive candy.
But you have to dress up as well. You cannot just go as yourself. You need to have like freckles and red nose, or
yeah, you have to dress up like goblin.
Gnome?
Christmas gnome.
Yes, Christmas gnome. Yes,
Christmas goblin.
Not a goblin from like World of
Christmas
Warcraft.
Yeah, that would be priceless. Next year, you'll get a green Christmas goblin on your door. Candy!
Well, he has to sing Christmas carols, so I think that would be weird, especially if he has this angelic voice.
Yeah, that would be just disconcerting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just leave it at that. I don't want Christmas goblins. Don't take this as a hint to start a new tradition. We do not need that. It's said that bobbing for apples, which is an American tradition that they usually have at parties on Halloween, is a way to tell the future. And it said that if you bob for apples and you get the apple on the first try,
you're gonna die.
No, actually, you're gonna be married, and you'll find the man of your dreams.
That's not like scary at all.
No, it's not. It's not at all. But on the other hand, if you don't get it on the first try, you will eventually get married, but it won't be the love of your life, or it will be, troublesome marriages or whatever. So, I don't know, that's kind of creepy to me. I mean, my entire future depends on an apple. Please.
Well, you can just take a divorce, though, if it doesn't work out, so it doesn't really...
Well, back in the days, that wasn't so easy, though.
No.
This is an old tradition, you have to remember. It's just become a party game, in the sense of party game, in more modern days.
Yeah.
Tonya, do you have anything you want to talk about, like a fun fact about Halloween?
No.
No? Okay. Well, I have another one. This is about, because I've been wondering for years, why do we actually carve pumpkins? What's the thing with the pumpkin lanterns? So I checked this out, and according to a page I found, it's it's called a jack-o'-lantern, and it originates from this old story about a guy named Jack who bested the devil, made a deal, and because of this, he was neither welcome in heaven or in hell, so he was trapped in between, or his soul was trapped in between. And to find his way out of, this purgatory, he carved a lantern from a turnip and put a glowing piece of coal that the devil had cast after him out of hell and put it in there so he would have a lantern that could, guide his soul out of purgatory. And so people started doing this with turnips in Ireland to guide the souls of the dead home. But after the Irish immigrated to America, turnips were scarce, so they were hard to come by, and so they switched to pumpkins instead, and that's why the tradition of carving pumpkin lanterns originates from.
I just realized now why Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas is called Jack.
Yeah, and he's the Pumpkin King.
Of course he is.
Yeah. So it's very layered, obviously. So yeah, I've learned tons of new stuff this week about Halloween that I didn't know beforehand, and I think it's kind of cool.
And I just realized that I'll stop wearing black when they make a darker color, since I'm Wednesday and all.
Is that a quote from the movie?
Yeah, and FYI, I'm killing you in my mind right now.
That's a good girl.
This is my costume. I'm a homicidal maniac. They look like everyone else.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
Not scary at all. Oh yeah, we went to see a scary movie this week.
Well, it was not scary.
Well, for me, it was scary. I was sitting there holding my husband's hand all through the movie and like, whenever something scary happened. But I'm a big sissy, so I guess it doesn't count.
Yeah. Well, scary things are kind of relative. It's different things you find scary. Like, someone finds spiders scary. I don't. So.
No, it's just that building of tension that they do in movies. Because I live in the movie world when I watch a movie, so every time there is something that is very packed with suspense, I get stressed out, and my heart rate goes up, and I just come get this over with so I can breathe.
I tend to do the same, but I think that the movie we were at was Vidmark 2, which is a Norwegian scary movie. It's filmed at a place that I hold really dear in my heart because I've been there a lot of times. It's this old tuberculosis hospital, all up in the mountain, which I love that place. But this movie, I found it to be very predictable, and because of that, I couldn't kind of build up the suspense because I always kind of knew what was going to happen. But I'm used to watching scary movies. I kind of know by now how they are built up. So for me, it wasn't really anything new. And yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of different when you've been there and actually looked for ghosts yourself, and there's not a homicidal maniac up in that sanatorium. So.
Well, you never know because the building is huge. I mean, it's not like it's really locked down or anything because there's a lot of places you can walk in, and people are burglaring in there all the time.
Yeah, but do animals really crash through the windows in that place?
Yeah. I found a lot of birds there. A lot of dead birds in different rooms. And also, the last time we went there, there's a lot of sheep there. And the day we got there, the guy who is the caretaker of the place, he was just like, he's been busy all day because there were a sheep who had gotten inside the building somehow. and you can actually follow the poop trail in all the stories. So it had walked from the first floor to the fifth, and he had actually walked out of a hole and through the roof.
Oh boy.
So when he got up that morning, he just saw a sheep on the roof of a 5-story building, and he just went like, "Okay, I need to call the farmer." So the farmer got up there, and he was like, "Yeah, all right. The whole thing ended tragically by the sheep falling to its death, crashing to the pavement underneath the building. So, well, the sheep took
Suicide.
suicide.
It's a suicide sheep.
Yeah.
How tragic.
It is very tragic. It is. I mean,
It's the weirdest story I've heard in my entire life, and I felt so sorry for the sheep.
well, yeah.
He must have been so
Maybe it
scared.
was being possessed by this spirit
Yeah.
or poltergeist that.
Well, the thing that happened was that he was standing on the roof, and he got scared and slipped and fell.
Hmm. Well,
He
yeah.
tried to start running, and then he.
Yeah, but it's more fun to pretend like he was possessed or scared by something in the sanatorium and then plummeted to his death.
The scary thing is that evening we were only 3 people standing in the sanatorium, and we actually heard something that sounded like paws, like a dog just walking past us, and so we were like, okay, there's nothing there. Maybe it was the spirit of the sheep.
Maybe.
Although it doesn't have paws.
No, they have.
I know, it sounded like claws, when a dog walks by, you kind of hear the sound of it, and it was like,
It was the hellhound. It was a hellhound.
maybe.
Or a huge black cat.
Then we would have seen it on our cameras.
Probably.
And hellhounds are invisible.
This is so. Yeah. No, I mean, Halloween is so fascinating. There are just so many creepy, crawly things that people associate with it. And in modern day Halloween, zombies seem to be very popular.
Zombies always popular. I love zombies. Zombies are my best friend.
Well, as long as they're slow, then they're okay, because then I can run away from them. But if they're anything like the zombies from I Am Legend, for example, nuh-uh.
Or the ones from World War Z.
Yes, yeah.
They are crazy.
Because, and what's worse, injecting yourself with a lethal disease or being eaten by zombies? I can't choose.
Have you seen the movie Dead Snow?
Yes, both the first one and the second one, and oh my god, they are insane. They are so fun. I laughed so hard. There's a baby carriage exploding at some point in the second movie, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they did that. And then I laughed, like, really loud, and no one else in the movie theater laughed as loud as I did, and so it was kind of awkward. So, yes. But yeah, Sunniva would probably love it because, I mean, she was even laughing during vidmark 2, which we went to see this weekend.
Yeah, it was fun.
Even during the really scary parts where with a lot of blood and stuff, she was like sitting next to me and like...
Well, the thing that I find is scary with movies is when you don't know who the bad guy is. When scary shit just happens and you don't know anything. That is scary. But when you see the bad guy, and the bad guy uses a nail gun to label a guy in the head, that's fun.
Well, it's morbid, I'll give you that.
It's weird, so it's fun.
There was like... I laughed because there was this raven bill that had been ripped out of the forehead of one woman, and it was just lying on the floor, like, just yapping of itself on its own accord. And I laughed then. That was kind of funny, because it was just this weird, disconnected bird speak, just lying there.
Yeah.
Tap, tap, tapping.
Yeah, it was weird. That was just weird. Weird shit, man.
But it was entertaining. I mean, I was scared, so... But yeah, not the best horror movie I've ever seen, not the worst.
exactly. It was okay. It was graphically beautiful, and
Mm.
to be a Norwegian-produced movie, it was really, really good. Because Norwegian movies tend to be like really, really dramatic and almost a little bit theatrical-like in the way they talk to each other. It's always like really staccato and weird. But this time, the dialogue actually worked quite good.
Mm. Yeah, no, I agree. It didn't feel stilted. It felt very modern, very natural. Like they used a lot of modern colloquialisms and slang, and it wasn't like, oh no, there is something wrong. We have to go see what it is. It's like, oh fuck, something's up. You know, it felt more like that, and so I
You
really
stay
appreciate it.
here. I'm gonna go check it out. It's like, yeah, that's always a good idea.
Yeah, split the party. No, don't do that. It's never a good idea.
So I guess I've learned a lot of things by watching horror movies because I know exactly what I'm not going to do if I end up in a scary situation.
This is true. Oh dear. But what's your favorite thing about Halloween? Let's say that, and then we'll wrap it up with geekery afterwards, and then that'll be the end of the episode.
Favorite thing. I need to think about that for a while.
And Yasia, do you have a favorite thing?
Well, I'm quite fond of the some of the movies and series, and I like dressing up. It's quite fun. And well, I do like the pumpkin lantern, although I don't make ones myself. I do like them. And I like pumpkin spice latte. Well, I'm kind of a autumn fan more than a Halloween fan, but they kind of coexist together now, I suppose. I'm very fond of the movies, some of the movies.
The Halloween movies.
The Halloween movies. And Supernatural, which is also kind of Halloweenish.
Yeah, and they probably have Halloween specials like most other shows.
Yeah, they did have one with Halloween and where they raised Sam Hain from hell.
Yay! Who wouldn't want to do that?
Well, they tried to prevent it, but they weren't successful. So.
No, thank goodness. I don't know. I like the whole Halloween aesthetic. Just, you know, the black and the orange and witches and vampires and all of those things. I've always liked that. So I think it's super cool to have a day where that is in the center, in the focus of things. And I also really always enjoyed Annabella's Halloween parties, because that's one of the few times where all our friends would dress up as well and, you know, would get together and have fun. So I really miss Annabella's Halloween parties. I do.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's gonna happen maybe next year. Not this year, because this year I'm going to do a ghost hunt. I don't think it's gonna be live because I don't think we're gonna have very good internet connection. But I'm gonna go for a ghost hunt at a really cool place for this Halloween.
Awesome. I will be moving on Halloween.
Oh, congratulations!
So I won't be able to celebrate it at all. So I'll just have to like celebrate for myself, like have a Halloween movie night or something.
Or you can come home to me and we can watch some Halloween movies.
Yes, we can do that. That would be fun.
I think the thing with Halloween to me is like I like the aesthetics and I really like the theme. I love the scary things about Halloween, but it hasn't really been that normal to celebrate Halloween in Norway. It isn't a Norwegian holiday. It's like the last maybe 15 years, it has kind of slowly become more normal, and now they sell like Halloween things in stores, and there's a lot of commercial for kids and stuff like that. So for me, I think it's kind of weird because it's not really a holiday, but it kind of grasps everything that I find is fun, so I don't want to be negative about it.
I totally understand. It's not a Norwegian tradition at all. It's not a Scandinavian tradition either. It's very much American / Irish, English. Um, but I think it's very fun that we've embraced it because it is a very cool day. And even though it has become very much about, consumerism and buying candy and the trick-or-treating and buying new costumes for kids every year and blah, 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 I still really appreciate the core concept of Halloween. I think it's very fun and interesting.
Yeah, I do that too. So I'm not going to be negative, even though a tiny part of me wants to, but I'm not.
Right. We have 10 minutes left on the clock, so let's move into our last usual segment, which is Geekery. And so, have we played or read or watched anything new or interesting this week?
New? Does it have to be new?
Well, we all know that you've been playing World of Warcraft, so you don't have to repeat that again.
What level are you now?
Well, yesterday I became level 60, so I'm not any new levels today because 60 is like the max level in vanilla. So right now we're only farming for gear so we can start raiding. Yeah.
Cool.
And as you heard earlier, before we started this show, I was healing in an instance with 4 warriors, and it didn't go very well at the end.
No, there was some definite some stress developing at the end there.
Yeah,
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, and I had to like finish up this instance before CosCast, and no, it didn't work. I was killed because someone pulled too many and didn't take aggro. So, bah.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
It happens.
A lot.
I could never make myself, raid or do instances. It's too stressful, and I can't deal with other people.
I used to raid when I was playing Lord of the Rings online. It was quite fun. The only thing that sucked was that I had really bad internet connection, so I couldn't raid from home. I needed to be at my friend's house.
Yes, raiding is a lot of fun when it goes well.
It's not very
Or
practical.
after a long time of trying, it goes well. So.
God, there's so much hair. Well, I saw Interstellar for the first time yesterday.
Isn't that like 3 hours or something?
Well, it's kind of long, yes. But I thought it was a very interesting movie. I did not see the end coming. It was like, oh, that's new. And for some reason, both me and my husband were very emotional at the end. So we were both sitting there like quietly crying and like, I don't know why I'm crying. It's so beautiful or something. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it is kind of sad.
Yeah.
Movie.
I haven't seen it because it's so long, so we haven't been like up for it yet.
No, I think it's a movie you need to be in the mood to watch.
You need to have the time. It's like for me, it's like, okay, so when this is finished, it's over midnight. No. Let's watch something that lasts 20 minutes.
And also we've been watching season 6, I think, of Modern Family, which I think is really funny.
I love Modern Family.
Yeah, it's so hilarious. So that one's out on Netflix. Yeah, I don't think I've done anything else. I've continued reading the Raven Rings trilogy, so I'm almost done with the first book. So I'm going to have to buy the rest of them because shit's getting interesting now. So yeah. And Annabella, how about you?
I've been doing a lot of math, and I've realized a lot of stuff, so now magic is happening with numbers.
I wish I could feel like that. I never do. It's like, numbers are illogical.
Yeah, but I don't like to read books, so...
No.
Let's do math instead.
Yeah, that's at least fun.
Yeah. No.
Let's agree to disagree.
Yes, let's agree to disagree.
That's fine. I've been watching some more Attack on Titan, and it's super fun. I really enjoy watching an anime again because it's years since the last time. And the last anime I watched was, I think, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So it's a long time since that one came out. So I'm really looking forward to continuing watching
Now
Attack
you
on
understand the hype.
Yeah, I need to know what everyone was cosplaying because I've seen so many cosplayers doing things from Attack on Titan, and I was like, okay, I need to watch this. So the next thing on my list, I think, after that is Tokyo Ghoul, and maybe I want to watch something else after that, but we'll see. And I've watched some more Dexter, so now I'm soon finished with the whole shit, and I'm really excited about that because then I can cross that off my list and never watch it again.
Yeah, sounds how I felt about it too. The last seasons were murder.
Wow.
No, we've also been watching the final stages of groups in League of Legends World Championship. So next week they will be moving on to the quarterfinals. So we're really excited about that. And sadly, my favorite team was taken out of the running. They lost, so they're no longer in the championship, which is sad. But oh well, Fnatic is still in there, so it'll be fine. Yeah, you don't know what I'm talking about.
Good for you. Good for you.
Good for me.
It's like blah 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 sports, blah 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 sports, blah blah blah.
Something like that.
Numbers.
Numbers are your friend. Everything that exists on math. Everything around you is math. How can't you love that?
I guess
it's very easy. Just don't.
Do you love that series? What's it called again? With it's this guy who's a math genius and has a brother who works in the FBI.
Oh, Numbers. It's called Numbers.
Numbers, right?
Yeah.
You like that show, don't you?
I have never seen it in my life.
You should, because it's very much about numbers.
I don't.
The title suggests.
It's math solving crime. Math solving crime. That should be right up your alley.
Maybe.
Okay. Before we completely derail here and go over our time limit again, we should just wrap it up, I think. So next weekend will be Desicon Cosplay in Japan special. We will talk about all the fun things. Yeah, how it was. All the fun things we did at Desicon Cosplay in Japan. And yeah, maybe post some pictures or a link to some videos or something. And yeah, just have a good time talking about the convention. And well, if you want to be a guest, if you're going to Desicon Cosplay in Japan and you want to talk about it afterwards, you're welcome to join us.
Do it.
Yes, do it. So that's everything for this time. Thank you all for watching. We hope you've learned something new and that you found some inspiration to do some Halloween-themed cosplays. That would be awesome. And remember to join in our competition on Facebook so you could win a free sheet of Worbla.
Or I'll take it.
Yeah, or any else, yeah, will take it. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and we will be back next Sunday. And you can find us on facebook.com/CosCast or at Pixie Dust Cosplay on Facebook, Annabella Cosplay, and Anayasia Cosplay on Facebook. You can also find me on Instagram under the name Anita Pixie Dust. And you can find Annabella under the name NGH Sunniva. And you can find Anayasia under Anayasia Cosplay.
Just
Anayasia. Just Anayasia on Instagram. Okay. So you know how to find us, and yeah, share our videos, like our page on Facebook, and have a nice weekend.
Bye!
See ya.